Hi, everyone. I wanted to ask a question. I wonder, do you vision board? Because I know I do. Obviously, I do, right? And vision boarding first got introduced to me. I think I heard Oprah speak about it first, but then I had the pleasure to attend an event at my job one day, and that was the activity that we did. It was the activity, it was an event for, I believe it was all women. It was during Women's Month, and we vision boarded. At that time in my life, I was going through a divorce, a horrible divorce. I was going through a very tough time in my career where I felt like my manager hated me and made my life a living hell. And it was just a very rough time with money and everything out, becoming a single parent and just figuring out this new life that I was transitioning into. And we did this vision board at work, and I just remember the vision board all around the edges of the board. I just wrote love. I wrote love repeatedly all over because I wanted to only welcome in love into my life. Loving relationships, loving friendships, people in general, strangers, just being kind and expressing love for no reason at all to me. That's what I was welcoming in, all the love, all the peace, all the joy. And in the middle of the board, I had, of course, other pictures and words. But this was the first time that I actually put together a vision board. And I was so excited about it. I put it at my desk at work because at the time, that's where I spent most of my waking hours. Even though I had 3 small kids that I was raising by myself, I spent most of my waking hours at work trying to do well at my job with this manager who, treated me so bad, y'all. And, but I also made a copy and I brought it home and I posted it at home, and I would look at it every day, every single day. I would just look at the things that I wanted, the life that I actually wanted. And I didn't let what it currently looked like hinder me from just imagining the life that I wanted, right? So I had this vision board, and it just seemed like everything started falling into my lap to help me change all of the areas and make them better at the time. Oh my gosh. So let me tell you about this car I had at the time. The car I bought actually from a coworker. We had this internal Craigslist. It was called Marketplace or something like that. Well, we employees could sell something and you can buy it. Like if I bought several things from there. I bought a dining room table, and then I wound up buying this car. I bought tickets, a purse, like all types of stuff. But this particular minivan that I bought, at first it seemed great. But then I had it and that thing just broke down piece by piece. And we, at the time, we were in winter. It was like the coldest winter we have had in DC with so many blizzards. And wouldn't you know, my van didn't have heat. Now, I don't know if you live on the East Coast and you have experienced winters and blizzards and snowstorms, and you get into a cold car. You have to turn your car on and let it warm up. But once that car is warm, you could turn that heat on and you're toasty. Well, yeah, we didn't have heat to turn on, so it never got warm and toasty. I would keep blankets in the car for my children to put over them when I took them to school and pick them up anytime they were in the car. And then in the summertime, but the air conditioner went out. and we would be boiling. I mean, by the time I got to work, I would be sweaty and have to, dab off here and there. And by the time I got home, oh my gosh, it was so much worse in the summers, And one thing about me is I suffer from severe asthma. So, oh my gosh, having that extreme cold and that extreme heat would just send me into an asthma attack, and it was very difficult, dangerous. So anyway, I put that on my vision board. Wouldn't you know? Somehow, some way, things moved around, shifted around, and I was able to afford a new car that I could have never afforded before. Because here's the thing, my manager at the time, she made sure I could not get any overtime pay. No. I want to give you triple the work, but you got to get it done in 7.5 hours and absolutely no extra time. And if you do extra time, then you could get in trouble with the IRS, because we're not paying you and you're working, so that'll never work. But you need to get it done no matter what. Like, okay, poof, abracadabra, make it happen, Danish, which I had to do, right? But that was on my vision board, to get a new car. Got my new car. It was on my vision board to have a loving relationship. Then a couple years later, I met my husband that I am currently married to now. We've been married. This is our 10th year. And I just watched how things on my vision board just happening one by one. And I was just like, wow, this thing really works. I mean, within two and a half years, everything that was on my vision board, I actually had. And I have been doing vision boards ever since. But now I have stepped it up one notch. And now I actually break down my vision board. So I'm here in my home office, and I keep this vision board here. This vision board is my career vision board. It is what I want for my career. I don't know if you can see it. I keep it here next to me. I look at it all day, every day. I actually have a shelf in front of me as well, where I keep it. So when I look ahead, I am looking at my vision board too, and I'm staying on track. I'm remembering what the life that I really want for myself. And oh yeah, let me do this or that, or welcome this in so I can get that. I always keep it in the forefront of everything. So if this is something that you've heard about, that you've never done, I highly suggest that you do it. And like I said, I've stepped it up. I do one for my career. I have one for my personal self, and I keep that on the side of my bed. So it is the first thing I see when I wake up in the morning and the last thing that I see at night, because I always want to remember those things. Now, I am married with 5 children that you might hear in the back. That's my life, right? I am married with 5 children, and one in diapers. I have a sweet little 1-year-old girl around here. But so I have goals for myself. I want to remain Danish, even though I am a wife and mom. And I keep that vision board on my bedside. I have one in the gym, in my gym area. So when I'm exercising, remember, Danish, don't quit, don't stop. You have goals. Lastly, I have a family vision board that we keep in our family room, that we as a family put together, that actually I am so fortunate to say we put this together 3 years ago, and this was right before COVID happened and started, and we put it together. However, almost everything on that list has been checked off. I mean, we had World Traveler on there. We had like 3 different places that we wanted to visit. check, check, check. That we actually go vacationing as a family, and we go traveling, and we sit down as a family to eat together. That was the one thing that was on there. My husband and I, we get down on our knees and we pray together. That was on our vision board. Just so many things that I feel like is important, and it's easy to kind of let things slide, even during COVID, where schedules got mixed up, and for me anyway, it got mixed up and somehow forgot a schedule of things. But this vision board helped us remember our goals and helped us stay on track. And I'm just saying, if you've ever thought about it before, the vision boarding works. It's just something about seeing what you want, seeing the life you want, and really just focusing on that. Don't let anything else get in your view. You have a one-track mind. You have a focused mind. Now, one thing I do want to say is, don't have a one-track mind about how it's going to happen, because that's where I've slipped up. I have slipped up thinking, okay, well, it has to happen this way, because that's the only thing my tiny little mind could conceive. No, let it happen in the way God wants it to happen for you. And God, the universe, whatever you follow, let it happen in that way, and be open. That's what I'm going to say. Be open to it just really coming into fruition, and believe that it will, and it will. Okay, so try it out if you haven't done vision boarding before. I know this means nothing to a lot of people, but it means the world to me, this vision board. Maybe in another video I'll explain what this vision board is and what it means to me, and the bits and pieces of it. But I'll say one thing. I don't know if you can see this one. This one says, "Women Changing the World." And here's a picture of Oprah. Here's a picture of Serena Williams. Of course, it's Ursula Burns. And who is this in the middle? Me. It's me in the middle, changing the world, because that is what I aspire to do in my own little way. So continue to let me know. Have you used vision boarding before, and what type of results that you get? I am so curious to know. Okay, let me know, like, what was one of the biggest things on your vision board that you were able to accomplish, or if it didn't work for you, tell me why. Tell me why you didn't think it worked. And until next time, you take care of yourself and be kind. Okay, bye.